Hey everybody, this is KGKProductionz again, and I have another video for you guys to watch. It's a little different than usual. Normally I would have videos of Soul Calibur, and you'll see me make cool characters from other series, like Strider, the Capcom series, you know, or Capcom whatever, or you'll see like Mega Man or Proto Man or whoever else that would make. This time around I'm taking a little turn from that. The reason for it because over the last few months, you know, in the world of gaming, there's been a significant amount of news going on, mainly about the new systems and a couple of new games coming out for those new systems, like the new Guilty Gear game coming out, the Killer Instinct game, you know, Dead Rising 3 and Titanfall and the Infamous game, and you know, there's games out there that we're hearing about that sound really good, but unfortunately, you don't hear too much news about how good those games are. It's been really stupid about what's going on. So this video was to address the mindset of gamers. While you're hearing me address this issue, this is me playing this game called Guilty Gear. This is Guilty Gear XX. Really good, you know. If you want to give it a shot, just go over to it, be up on Xbox Live, the Xbox Live Marketplace, and you can try out the demo. And if you're on PlayStation Network, you can go over to the PlayStation Marketplace and also get the demo and try it out. It's a really good game. I think everyone should give it a shot. The characters are really cool. They're all unique. They have great attacks. There's a lot of cool combos, good setups, you know. I'm pretty sure that most people who play fighting games will enjoy it, and if you're a casual gamer, I still think you'll like this game. It's pretty fun. It has good soundtracks. But the issue I have at hand is the fact that recently gamers have not been talking about games. Gamers have been talking about system specs. So it's been sounding like console gamers are turning into PC gamers, and I have nothing against PC gamers. PC gamers are cool by me. I mean, I know a lot of my friends are PC gamers, but I feel that most console gamers are talking as if, you know, they're on a PC and the specs changes per system, and you know, the specs are the biggest issue with, you know, the consoles. That's the case with PC. The specs are very important because the specs of the PC overall tell you how well a game is going to be played on it. If you have bad specs on the PC, you're not playing on the PC. It's just that simple. But a console is different. A console is going to be good for every game, no matter, you know, who has what console. It's going to be good. PS4, Xbox One, or WII-U, they're all going to be good. They're going to be fun to play. We know it's their systems. So why even bother worrying and concerning ourselves about the specs? It's not like the Xbox One is going to be working on the same engine the PlayStation 1 worked, for God's sakes. You know, it's not a reversion in time. These guys are moving forward. The same thing goes on PlayStation 4 and the WII-U. So why is everyone so bent on, you know, how the system's going to be as far as specs? My concern has always been more than anything the games. The reason why I'm saying this is because there are games coming out and people are bashing the games because they're behind certain companies. You know, example of this will be at Evolution 2013 this year, which is a fighting game tournament. First there was, you know, Smash Bros. Played, and so since Smash Bros. Is playing, you know, it hasn't been on, you know, the stream. It was really big this year because they would think about, there was a chance that there was going to be no Smash Bros. Because the guy behind Smash Bros. Is like, listen, he told the guys at Evolution that he doesn't want them to put Smash Bros. On the tournament bracket. But there was a lot of feedback from the fans of the Smash Bros. Games and stuff. They said, no man, we want to see our game played at Evolution. So the community, almost all the community got behind that event, and that was one of the most watched streams that I seen in a long time for a fighting game. You know, got up to like 130,000 views. That was ridiculous. But right afterwards, they had the Killer Instinct stream, and the Killer Instinct stream had a good amount of views too. It was high because obviously it came on right after the Smash Bros. Thing came on. So Filthy Rich is up there as well as Markman. You know, I like them. They're cool. They're respectable. They never did anything wrong. At least not to me. Basically, you know, they're the guys helping out, like promote Killer Instinct and stuff. and they're, you know, sponsoring that whole fight stick that Mad Catz is pushing out to go out with the Killer Instinct game when it's released. And basically they got booed because the second they said exclusive to Xbox One, the crowd started booing, you know. And I feel that, wait a minute, but y'all guys like the game. You're just booing the game because it's only on Xbox? You know, like, that sets a bad standard. It sets a bad image on the gamers, because you gotta keep in mind, you have to understand, for God's sakes, gaming is politics. If you guys don't understand that by now, then just don't say anything when it comes to you going online. Gaming is politics. It's politics because everyone's watching what we say. You know, there's so much money nowadays behind gaming. Being, you know, commercials and sponsorship, you know, tournaments and such, you know, advertisements. And it's not just like little companies, how celebrities even advertise games sometimes too. Don't forget, like on the Xbox 360, there was a time when there was like every month or every other week, you would have celebrities, you know, send this guy a message so you could play with Jade Empire and 2K10 and stuff. Like, they had that, you know, that was part of the advertising. Sprint had advertisements, you know, the fact that, you know, on Xbox Live, you got YouTube and all these other things. You go on PlayStation Network, whenever you go on the marketplace, there's always advertising on the side for all these other small companies, Netflix and all kinds of stuff. Like, seriously? Games nowadays do a lot of advertising for companies, for celebrities, for just everybody. You go on Xbox and the second you turn it on, while you go on the homepage, you'll find an advertising for McDonald's. Like, there's so much money behind the gaming industry right now that you could probably compare it to the car companies. How much money the car industry used to make. Like, it's that kind of money now. The problem is, the gamers don't understand that. But however the base of gamers acts towards a game or towards a company, the other companies are watching. So the reason why I had to address this issue is because Killer Instinct is virtually a 17-year-old game. This move that Microsoft made was a statement on how would the fans react of us bringing a game that people kept requesting for. People requested for Killer Instinct 3 for as long as I can remember. Like, people will still request for Power Stone 3. You know, so if people want to see Power Stone 3, it's just the idea of someone finally made the attempt to bring a dead game back to life. People shun Microsoft because they're Microsoft, even though they did this attempt. So whether or not the companies understand why you did this, they're going to look at you and say, wow, maybe the fans are really fickle, huh? Like, it shouldn't have mattered who made this game. The fact is that they brought it back up. Now, if it sucks, that's different. But even though it obviously is not, the game looks really good. But you have a lot of people, regardless if it looks good or not, are showing a lot of negativity because it's like behind Microsoft. You know, since Rare is owned by Microsoft, they want to show nothing but hate and animosity towards Microsoft. Other companies are looking and going, see, that's why we don't make the old games come back, because it's not a positive reward, you know, on if we bring old games back, where they're gonna, you know, they're gonna cash out. So they're not gonna make those old games. That means, oh, you want a Final Fantasy 7? Even though they know you can make a lot of money, they do notice. They just look at certain things like this. They do. It's like, you know, we should just wait for a little bit longer. Let some stuff like die down and things. Because if people took the Killer Instinct thing like extremely well, everyone was going crazy over Killer Instinct, whether it was on one system or not, what you have is the games that are exclusive to PlayStation 4, for example, Legend of Dragoons, if I'm not mistaken, but could be wrong, so if I'm mistaken, someone comment on the YouTube section or the comments below and let me know, just inform me. But if I'm not mistaken, Legend of Dragoons is partially owned by Sony. So with that being the case, you know, Sony would have saw that, all that positivity, and through competition would have said, nah, fuck this. We can't let these guys get all this money because they bought an old school game. Let them know we're bringing back Legend of Dragoons. And then there would have been more noise. So when Microsoft would have saw that, they were like, we gotta do something else. Because you know what? They're getting a lot of attention. We gotta bring another game that people liked when they were kids and people were still like now. what about Battletoads? And it would have formed a back and forth war on bringing back games that the fans would love. But because you showed this hate and showed this animosity so fast because it's just Microsoft, you dampened the chance of that happening. You know, fans gotta understand that everything they do is always being watched. They may not like it, but that's the case. Get over it. Get over it. You know. So, is it over? You know, does it mean we won't see classic games come back up? No. But it's something to keep in mind. If you don't like the game, that's cool. But the constant hate, it's different when it's hate. Like, everyone has their opinion to like a game, not like a game, whatever. It's when you show, you know, general hate because, you know, of a company. Not because of the game, but because of a company. It's just really unique, and it's an ugly, you know, look on gamers everywhere. Cut it out, grow up, stop it, man, you know? Both systems are going to be great. You know, I'm going to get both systems, both Xbox One and PS4, because they both got games that I want. I got more games I want on Xbox One, honestly, because the games on Xbox One look better, overall speaking, like the exclusives. But there's games on the PS4 that I also want, like Infamous. I do want that new Infamous. That looks really good. So I'm going to get both systems. This way I don't lose out, you know. And, you know, basically, I just want these old games to come back. So for the people who want to see old games come back, I'm proposing, I'm going to try to do this. I'm proposing me making a whole bunch of petitions, because, you know, looking at the guys, you know, running Killer Instinct, whenever the fans put petitions up or let them know about, you know, some things they would like to have, those guys make that change, and I'm liking that. You know, I love that. I wish people would like endorse that, because then maybe we could get Capcom to be like, listen, if you did what they're doing all the time, we'd be your most faithful, loyal servant ever. But yet again, that's a mindset people gotta understand. Look at what other companies are doing when they're actually doing something that you want, and don't hate them because they're not the system. That game's not gonna be on the system that you have. You know what I'm saying? Just endorse that fact. Make it so that you want every other company to do the same thing, and then you wouldn't have to worry about the hate. You know? So, what I am proposing is petition to bring back these old games. So I got a few games that I could throw out my hat. You know, there's the one game I really want to bring back is Jade Empire. Jade Empire was RPG for the Xbox One, really good. Pretty much the story Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't care what anyone tells me, that story was not original. That story came from Jade Empire, like almost straight out through. Like you just changed a few things here and there. Instead, you know, like the main character, the sub characters, you know, they changed the world map. As far as the idea of, you know, the last surviving monk, and you had special powers and connection with the spirit world and this other being, you know, or spirit person that you talk to all the time to give you guidance, you know, and you having to change the course of the world because it was predetermined, and you giving all the powers of all the elements, or at least potentially giving all the powers of the elements, the martial arts, the music, all that stuff fell within Jade Empire. So that story of Avatar: The Last Airbender, as much as I love it, was not original. I just want that to be said and known. It came from other sources before it. You know, and it wasn't like they took tidbits. It almost came directly from other sources, you know? So that's just something to make clear. But there was a really good RPG. I will put up the link for all the games that I think all the games that I want to make petitions for. It's like 5 I'm announcing right now. So you have Jade Empire. There's, of course, Legend of Dragoons. Everyone knows about that game. If you don't, you're going to watch that video that's in the info box. Legend of Dragoons, Legend of Legaia. Legend of Legaia, basically, if you played RPGs, you would know that system was amazing. Whenever you got into any kind of fight, the fighting system was gorgeous. It was like they decided to put a fighting game in the RPG, and it worked out perfectly. You did combo after combo after combo. You could go up to as much as, like, I think the highest I got to was 29 or 34 hits. Ridiculous. Like, you know, they just beating people up, you know. And then they make the second one wasn't as good, but that system by itself was really unique. I would love to see that game be brought back up, because it brought something that other RPGs didn't have. but that system by itself. And that actually taught me, that was what taught me how to play fighting games first. That got me into fighting games first. When I learned about combos, and I said, you know what, can I do this in Street Fighter? And I went to Street Fighter and I learned 5-hit combos after that. It's like, whoa, okay, I get it now. So, I would like to see that game come back up. Let's see. The next game is Power Stone 3. Power Stone 3 should make a return because it adds more towards fighting games. It would be great to add for other fighting games, you know. It's a different kind of dynamic. It would fall alongside like that of Smash Bros. But something more that like Street Fighter players would be more comfortable playing with. You know, I feel that Smash Bros is probably more towards like, it's more like that Rumble style towards what anime gamers would play, and then Power Stone would be that Rumble game towards more what Capcom gamers would play. So you would have now a whole, probably even a new genre for fighters now, you know, where you have Smash Bros being the iconic image, and then you have the other Rumble games like Power Stone and, you know, sad to say, PlayStation All-Stars, whatever. But, you know, you would have now probably called Rumble games, you know, where you have like a 4-man brawl, and you got items and stuff like that, of that nature. So, I think that would be great to add to new game releases. The last game I would like to see, I have a couple, you know, there's a, but I would like to see $1,000 get brought back and done correctly. Just remastered basically, not like a not like a second edition, but just remastered. I think that there were some games back then that were ahead of its time, where they didn't have all the resources and elements to make that game perfect. But nowadays, a game like Thousand Arms would be amazing. You know, RPG game, if they could just do it over again, I'm pretty sure they can make that game awesome. You know, the guys who did there was a game. It was like I don't think it was Dragon. No, it wasn't. That wasn't it. It wasn't Breath of Fire. It was a game where it's like, you know, you would run and do your attacks. You would run towards your opponent and you'd be beating them up. Some RPG like that. I forgot what it was called, but I'm pretty sure $1,000 would be. It'll work more along the lines of, you know, a 3D, 2D thing where you run at your opponent and you just beat them up and do your special combos and such. If they fix that game up like that to make it look really good, I think $1,000 would be a great RPG to add. The reason why I listed 3 RPGs and 2 fighting games is because solely as it is right now, for shooters, the shooters are getting numerous as it is. I don't really want to request any more shooters. We pretty much have them all that we need. But RPG games are like extinct. You know, if you want to play RPGs, you go back to PS1 and PS2. And most RPG fans, sad to say, are now just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play Dota or League of Legends. You know, people who play RPGs, most guys just jump to that instead because, well, for them it's fun. And I just think that I don't know. I can't. I know there's a lot of people who like those games. I'm personally like, I'm not a fan. I don't hate the game, but I'm just not a fan. I tried to watch it a few times and I couldn't force myself to watch it because I knew that I just really didn't enjoy it. Like, I watched it for like 10 minutes. I tried to sit myself and watch it like I was eating like broccoli that wasn't seasoned right. And like, yeah, I could do it. I'm just lying to myself. I can't. You know, that's just me personally. Nothing against the game. Like, you know, just, I can't watch it for too long. But those are my games that I would like to see get done over or continued, you know, by other companies, whether the companies are gone or still exist. I would like those games to come back. So I want to make petitions for first those 5 games. Then I would like for you guys to toss me names of games that you would like to see. Maybe I can make some videos showing how good those games are, you know, or whatever. You know, I don't want to be a reviewer, but I just say, oh, this game was great and it's too bad it won't happen. No, I want to be a reviewer. It's like, yo, this was a great game, but so was this. Let's make these games come back. You know, we need more people who want to make stuff come back and do some good, rather than just complain all the time. And I want to be one of the guys to make a change, not a guy who just sits there and watches the world change. So that's my plan. I'm gonna put some videos so you can see the gameplay and understand how the games work and stuff. Some games I didn't mention were like the Tobal series. Tobal No.1, I'll put a video for that game. I think Tobal No.1 will be another game that I would like to see done, but I won't make the petition on that one just yet. So I'll put these videos in the link. I'll also put the links of the petitions once the petitions once they're ready. The second that the petitions are ready, good to go. Alright guys, so until then, this is basically KGK letting you know, hey man, the system war is over. Doesn't matter, no one won. No one won. There was no winner. It's, we were always supposed to win. So just don't forget, it's always about the games, not about the systems. Don't fall into that charade, because the second you fall into that charade, you're not having fun anymore. Just don't forget that, and you'll always have fun, no matter what system you're playing, because it's always about the system. It's the love of the systems. So keep playing, keep gaming, whether you're online or offline, whether you're a pro player, casual player, intermediate player, whatever. Just enjoy those games. It's KGKProductionz saying, see you later.